Hey buddies, this is another episode of Hard Fetish Specials where Katara speaks. Today's episode is called Give Ourselves Compassion. So, let's get into it, shall we? So, it's near the one I So guys, it's near the end of the year for me when I'm recording this and when I'm gonna be premiering it. Though you can listen to this any time of the year. So give ourselves compassion for real. There's so many things that we plan to do, our dreams, our goals, and the forever long to-do list. Forever long. There's so many things on that list. It's okay to not be able to do everything in one day, in 1 week, in 1 month, in 1 year. Sometimes we overestimate what we can do, and yeah. I know I can be like that. I overestimate how much I can do in such a short time period. Yeah. So I'm be real. I need to listen to this because let me tell you guys, for 2025, I wanted to do a lot in quarter 4. Before this year is up, I had a lot of overarching projects, right? In the beginning of this year, I did a lot of different goals, though I didn't set the plans to make these goals happen, the milestones. I just kept going, working on the little bits. And it's about progress, not perfection. And we had to keep that in mind. It's about progress, not perfection. It's okay if we don't do everything all at once. So, what are some of your goals and some of your plans that you have been focused on? You know, can you give yourself compassion? It's okay that you don't finish all of it at once, or the time period you anticipated that it would take. When it comes to big projects, it costs money and it costs time and energy. It does, depending on if you have a team or if it's just you. We have responsibilities in life, whether academics, jobs, and other miscellaneous things. So it's understandable that we may take on too much. Okay, guys, I am thinking to myself, I don't even quite remember what I said. I felt like I was kind of redundant, and I want to start over. I do. But I'm going to give myself compassion and hoping that it sounded right. Because I don't I don't know. And I wanted to use my VTuber model for this episode. Though since it's about compassion, I wanted to take an actual video of me talking on camera. I haven't did I haven't been in front of a camera for a very long time. I have been like, okay, often more so because I did a video episode for the last episode. Though I used to be on camera a lot more. Though I became self-conscious about all the lighting and stuff. So now I'm using a ring light because at nighttime when there's lighting, light your face in a certain way, shadows appear where shadows do because of the lighting and the angle. So I'm doing myself a favor and I'm putting a ring light. So hopefully I feel better about it. So I I want to try over. I want to do this episode over again, but I'm not because I'm giving myself compassion and grace that it's turning out the way it is. Anyways, what is something that you guys can be compassionate with yourself about and with? Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. It does not have to be perfect. Yeah, um, that has been my focus for this podcast in general. Heart Fetish Expressions with Katara Speaks. If I keep starting over, doing so many takes, I overthink it and don't even put anything out. I did that for months. I did that for a year or so after my first episode of this podcast. I did a trailer, I did one episode, and I stopped. It's been a year and a half since I did my first and second episode. Now, I'm just going for it. And sometimes the audio is not the best. I upgraded. I have better audio now. Hopefully, it does not peak. I need to be mindful of the distance between the mic and me. So, yeah. What is something that you guys been working on that sometimes you get in your own head? Is it content creating? Is it working on your goals or your dreams or something that you've been putting off for a while because you're overthinking it? If you are, it's a understandable dilemma. Let's work on the first steps, then the second, then the third, one step at a time. One step at a time goes a long way. It builds momentum. Yeah. So that's why I get on camera. That's why I look back at past videos of me just talking and telling stories so I can get better at this. Yeah. Let's celebrate our small wins too. The tiny things. Even the smallest wins is still a win. One small win for me today. Let's start with now, and then we can reverse. The most immediate is I drink water today. Hydration. Let's take a sip of water. I have a 64-ounce bottle of water. So let's take a sip of water and yeah, take care of our bodies one step at a time. Okay. I hope you took a sip of water too. Okay, let's breathe. Let's do a little um mindfulness because yeah. Um I don't like closing my eyes on camera. So I'm not. But you can close your eyes if it's safe to do so. So we inhale um let's say for 5 seconds. And then then we can hold our breath for like 3 seconds, I suppose, and then exhale again for 5 seconds. Yeah. Let's try that. All right. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. And let's do that two more times. Two more times. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. I realize. Good job, by the way. Irby. The laptop I'm using is unplugged. Ruby. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoy the breathing. Hope you guys are a bit more calm. Oh my. I I cleaned the chinchilla cages and I have like fur on the on the jacket. Yeah. So it's like itchy. Okay. Um Celebrating our small wins. We just did some mindful breathing. Um I'm not wearing my glasses because the blue light is reflective. So we're gonna make do what we have. Eventually one day I will have contacts so I can record and be able to see. Because right now I am making do with what I got. Um I already talked about a little bit about our dreams, about our goals. I hope you guys are acknowledging your small wins, celebrating your milestones and um, focusing on the progress, not perfection. Giving ourselves compassion. Yes, one thing I'm grateful for in regards to my goals is that it's helping me go towards the things that I want, you know? And it's like a compass, it's guiding me to where I want to go. Yeah, I had a lot of Q4 goals for 2025. I know by the time you're listening to this, it might most likely will not be 2025 for the majority of you guys listening to this. Though, yeah, um, it's okay that we don't accomplish everything we set out to. As long as we, you know, um, make progress along the way. And if we didn't make progress towards our goals, it wasn't your priority, and that's okay too. We all have our different priorities. Every day, every week, every month, every year may has a different theme and focus altogether. This year's theme for me has been my dreams, the foundation, building the foundation for my dreams. And I debut as a VTuber this year, became an affiliate on Twitch. I released collab merch with my sister Naomi Momichi. I revamped my website. It has my services for speaking and it has products in regards to mental health, such as You're Worthy Regardless. The Worthy Regardless merch. Worth is something to recognize, not earn. More Than Just Heartbeats, which I am wearing right now. Ooh. For those audio listeners, More Than Just Heartbeats, I'm wearing a hoodie. And I also have the doodle merch. I have doodle merch where it's very creative and expressive. And hangy merch from my VTuber model. Because I get hangy sometimes, and I know that prevention is key to eat food. Though once I'm hungry, I don't like to talk. So the hoodie says, I'm hangy. Proceed with caution. So I have made a lot of progress in regards to my website, my merch, and my dreams. I did a lot more cinematic storytelling this year. I got a lot of videos, though I need to actually put them out. Yeah, the transition throughout my life has been learning. It's a learning process. It has been. What is something that you guys can celebrate about your journey? Think about it. I give you a moment. You can pause the episode if you need to. Well, let me tell you, I'm proud of you. I am. Progress is progress, and you're doing it. And we have more. Of course, we have more. It's great to celebrate the journey. You know, I need to keep that in mind myself. It's like, hey, you did a lot. You did. I used to always think about the next best thing that I didn't cherish, the things that I already done. I forgot to live in the moment. And I am practicing. I'm practicing on shifting that mentality. It's a practice, guys. It's a, yeah, until it becomes a habit and a lifestyle. So, yeah, same thing with self love and self care. It's a practice. Um, for me, I am more hydrated. This year, I've been working on a lot of self care. I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been exercising a lot more. Um, I am also working on sleeping more. Before, I used to really, really struggle. I used to only have like 2 hours of sleep every day. Now I'm at least getting 6 hours daily, though um it's it fluctuates. Yeah. I want to be able to sleep earlier and wake up earlier. Yes, yes, yes. Though give ourselves compassion, whatever we are able to do. It's still good. Yeah. Um Eating healthier. Is that one of your goals, and are you able to do that? I understand that healthy food can be expensive. So if you're not able to do it consistently, I understand. Um Honestly, I have not been eating that much vegetables or fruits. I'm incorporating protein and starch into my diet mostly. The veggies and fruits has been struggling. We gives ourselves compassion, and we can see the areas we want to work on. And if you want to continue working on that, you can make the adjustments accordingly. Yeah, I'm proud of myself for working out. Yesterday I did not work out as much as I desired, though I am honoring my body. I took a nap yesterday. I was pretty tired, so I'm not stressing about the lack of steps and exercise I had because I need to sleep, guys. I needed rest, and I listened to my body and I did it. I hope you are listening to your bodies as well. If you're under stress, um, which causes a lot of cortisone in your body, and stress causes weight gain, it can cause sleep deprivation, it can cause loss of appetite, um, mind fogginess, and it affects your decision making, and it affects your emotional well-being. And stress is very common. There's so many things that causes stress: work, family, obligations, the expectations you put on yourselves or other puts onto you. And then what's that? Mm, Daily life. And yeah, stress is common. Though, we can work on trying to de-stress, because it's such a common thing and it affects us negatively, that being able to reduce that will help us immensely. Though we gotta be compassionate and give ourselves grace if we're not able to bring that to zero, because that is, I feel, a difficult task with everything going on in life in general. You know what I mean? So I understand stress is a common thing in our lives, and we can give ourselves grace. It's okay. It's going to be okay, or hopefully it's going to be okay. Take it one day at a time, one day at a time. And hopefully it gets better. You know, what I've been trying to do when it comes to the stresses and stuff like that is to do things one thing at a time. Instead of looking at that huge to-do list, I do what is the most gravitating thing that I want to do or I need to do. What is the most impactful thing? And then I do that, and then the next thing and the next thing. Instead of looking at that to-do list, my goals and my dreams, and then just being paralyzed from making a choice. It's like, oh man, I have so much to do that I do nothing at all. I don't like it when I feel that way. All that overwhelm and the numbness of feelings sometimes, because it's too much, that I decide to just sleep or do nothing. So let's give ourselves compassion and realize that it's a normal thing to have stress. So let's practice self-care, self-love, practice compassion and grace. It's easier to give other people these things because we love and care about people, especially our family or our friends or a significant other. Though you are worthy and deserving of the same, what's that, love and grace you give other people. You really do. You're worthy of it. You are. You're worthy regardless of how much money you have, or money you make, or the accolades you accumulated, or the lack of. You are worthy of it despite who you know or who knows you. You're worthy regardless. Worth is something to recognize, not earn. You don't have to earn feeling worthy of compassion, feeling worthy of grace. You're worthy of grace and compassion from others and from yourself. You are. Yeah. Let's do a big gratitude right now. Um, what are you grateful for? I'm gonna reflect on some of the things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for being able to express myself in this medium, in this podcast form. I remember before I didn't really had an outlet to express myself other than poetry. And sometimes I didn't even perform the poetry because I felt that I always had to be happy. Like growing up, I felt as if If I was anything besides from happy, then it was the end of the world. People didn't know how to handle that cognitive dissonance. You know, people expected me to be a certain way, and I had other aspects of my life that they was not ready to perceive. So this podcast allowed me to process a lot of my emotions and my experiences and my thoughts, especially in the beginning when I was going through one of the darkest periods in my life. Yeah, I had to process that. It was mostly the aftermath of everything, though it helped me through burnout and love myself more. So hopefully this podcast give you a sense of relatability, a sense of you're not alone because you're not, and hopefully some reassurance that things gets better. It might not happen overnight, though things gets better. So, yeah, um I remember this is something that I used to do, and it worked. It might work for you too. Affirmations. When I looked in the mirror before, I felt that I was looking at a stranger. So, it was very disorientating to look in the mirror and feel as if you don't know yourself. And after I shaved my hair with a size 2 guard razor, the guard for a razor, I really did not recognize myself. I did not. I have long hair now, super long hair. There, once upon a time, I did not. And people thought I was a guy until I spoke. Though you are not your hair, first of all. um, yeah. So let me see. The mirror affirmations. When I looked in the mirror, I used to tell myself until I believed it. I am worthy regardless. That I said that so many times, even though I did not believe it at first. And you right now might not believe that you're worthy regardless. And that's understandable. Though I reassure you that worth is something to recognize, not earn. And I said it so many times and it finally clicked one day. And I'm like, wow, I am worthy. I'm worthy of joy. I'm worthy of peace. I'm worthy of wholesome love. So it felt good to practice that and finally believed it. And that's why I have the Worthy Regardless merch to remind all of us that we are, you know, we're worthy of all the things that we desire. Yeah. And what's that? We are worthy of it, though sometimes we had to put in the work to get what we want. Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking about the past when I was doing that habit and I didn't know where it was gonna lead me because I was struggling really hard with my mental and emotional health. And sometimes I would just scream at the mirror sometimes and um yeah, cuz I felt that if I could talk to myself and I actually hear the words I'm saying because I felt like no one heard what I was trying to say from the inside, then at least someone heard. So, what is something that you want to say or want others to hear or understand about you? You know, um, one way to express that is poetry. I'm very passionate about poetry because and still is a great outlet for me to really articulate what I felt. When we speak from our heart, we speak to the heart of others. That's why I created this podcast. Heartfelt Expressions with Kateri Speaks. I really wanted to speak from my heart and share what was on my mind. And I didn't realize that, yeah, it can be so relatable. um, yeah. What is an outlet that you use to express yourself? It could be art, it could be poetry, it could be storytelling, it could be something that you craft with your hands. Um, some people do videos, some people dance. I remember I used to dance a lot to, what's that? Release and express the emotions I had, especially anger and frustration. I put it into movement. What is something that you guys use to show and release these feelings inside? Yeah. Dabba dabba dabba. I also remember when um I was overloaded with emotions, I would go on a cleaning frenzy. When things feels out of control, what you can control is your physical environment. Um, I would clean. I would do a whole makeover of the place. I would do some deep cleaning, and sometimes it was not the most. Okay, I feel like every time it was not the most important thing to do. Um, in the whole to-do list. I would clean the whole house, clean the whole apartment, and I felt as if I was distracting myself and giving myself some breathing room from the things that actually needed to get done. And then after I finished cleaning, I do feel a sense of relief in the sense that um it's cleaner. But then my energy is gone. My time is used. And another day begins. So give yourself compassion. If you feel the urge to clean, clean. And if you do not have the energy to, it's okay to. Give ourselves compassion, give ourselves grace. Especially the beginning of a new year, the end of a new end of a year. Yeah. Um it could be very um driven, you know, end of years and beginning of years. People are wrapping up their goals and putting so much on their plate, which I can relate to. I sure did. And then at the beginning of the year, everyone has a lot of people has New Year's resolutions and want to change their whole life. It can be overwhelming. It can be. So, take a breath. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be the end of the world if you don't finish all of your goals. Yeah. I am hungry. I didn't realize that what did I do today? I did eat cereal. I need to get some better snacks and food to energize my body. Cereal is not the most nutritious. It's easy to make. It doesn't fill me up and give me um everything I need. So I'm gonna work on that, on eating less cereal or adding more nutritious things. Or both. Yeah. Um, I'm planning to eat after this. Let me drink some water. Maybe hydration will help with the hunger. All right, hydration break. All right. I hope you took a sip of water as well. So, I'm not sure how long it has been. I don't. I'm pretty sure it has not been an hour yet. So, yeah. My goal for season 3 has been creating hour-long episodes because, yeah, I feel like I wasn't doing some topics justice by mm, summarizing summarizing a topic and just doing a pretty little bow and saying, "Yep, that's that." So, I've been trying to elaborate more on these things. Okay. What else that we can give ourselves compassion with? I'm thinking about parents. Um Parenting can be hard. It can be really difficult because children, teenagers, um and young adults have a mind of their own. They make their own decisions, and sometimes um, it's a parent's instinct to want to protect a child from the hardships of the world, to prevent things from happening, by teaching them lessons that you learned. Let me tell you, um, it doesn't always work that way. The more that the stricter or the more adamant parents can be about certain things, the more children, teenagers, and young adults may rebel and double down on wanting to make the decisions that they want to make. Even if it may not always be in their best interest. Um, Children, teenagers, young adults wants autonomy. As parents, putting, making a parameter of a safe place, a safe way to let them explore, and especially younger children, and make their own decisions helps with growth. Giving them a sense of confidence and decision making would be very beneficial. I am not a parent myself, though I am an older sister of several younger siblings. And it's hard. um I'm I can see how it could be hard from like a parent's view because I have been rebellious. It's like I don't want to be told what to do when I made mistakes. So, yeah, I feel as if explaining to children and teenagers and young adults the potential repercussions and effects of decisions can help educate them or help them formulate a better decision. Yeah. Why did I even think about that? Because what's that? Give ourselves compassion. Your children are your children, first of all, but they are not total extensions of you. Just because they're your children doesn't mean they will make the decisions that you would make. That's okay. Um, yeah, everyone is growing into their own individual person, and that means they make mistakes and make their own decisions. And it can be hard seeing them grow. Yeah. I remember my parents was telling me how when I was in high school that I was letting go of their hands, um, metaphorically, as if I am wanting to grow up too fast. So, I told them I am growing up, and I had to make my own decisions one day or another, and yeah, I made those decisions. I joined a lot of clubs, did a lot of leadership roles in organizations, and sometimes the intentions we have in general, you know, I'm speaking in general now, not just for parents. The intentions we have may be not always the best, like the motives we have, but the results may turn out good, but the intentions may not always be the healthiest. For example, when I was talking about I was doing a lot of clubs and leadership roles, right? My mentality at the time was I wanted my family to be proud of me. Even though I was doing great and getting first place and getting a whole bunch of accolades and everything, I felt as if I wasn't enough. That everything was dismissed because I was Asian. It's like, you're Asian, you're supposed to excel. You're Asian, you're supposed to get first place. And then when I ranked fourth in the class out of 300 something students, I wasn't number one, I wasn't valedictorian who gave the speech. I was deemed a failure. It might be lost in translation. It might not have been intentions of my family, but that is what I received. That's what I remember feeling as if I was a failure. My family was disappointed that I wasn't number one. there It was hard. Um so I gave myself compassion eventually. Eventually I gave myself compassion that yeah, that's where the worthy regardless stemmed from. I felt like I had to earn the validation, the approval, the love, all joy, all the things that feels desirable. I felt that I had to earn it. They're unworthy regardless. You had to pour into yourself. Sometimes others won't pour into you how you want them to. Though to others, they may feel like they're doing the best that they can, from where they are. Their intentions may be like, oh, I am giving you tough love because this will build you up. It will give you character. It will make you push harder. Though for me, it burnt me out. It did. The like sometimes different periods of your life, you need different things, and every individual have different needs. Yeah, I know some well, I'm going to speak from my experience. My parents would say we treat all of our children the same. Though all of us needed different approaches to parenting, to um communication. Yeah. So let's give ourselves compassion and give others compassion as well. There's there's it's a process to understand someone's story. where we meet new people and why people act the way they act. We can try to understand them. That does not mean we excuse people's behavior. We can be understanding without excusing their behavior. It doesn't mean it's justified. It just means that we know um, the causes of or potential causes of why people act and make the decisions the way they do. Yeah. So I'm oh, what am I thinking? What's that? I knew when I started. It's 1 hour. That's 60 minutes. So I just need to, because I don't have my glasses, guys. I was trying to do a stopwatch on my phone, though I forgot to press the button. Though an hour is an hour. Wait. Yeah, it has not been an hour yet. I am proud of myself that I am um doing another video podcast, but at nighttime. This actually works. Now I can do Twitch on camera at nighttime with the ring cam. Though I guess I also wear my glasses. I will because I won't be able to see much if I don't. Yeah. So, um it's for me near the end of the year and the beginning of a new year. What are I'm gonna ask again a reflection question. I know I'm repeating it, but if you didn't have time to really think about it earlier, what are some of the goals that um you're working on and you plan to work on? So for me, I am planning to continue working on um putting out more storytime videos on camera. um I'm giving myself grace because yeah, life be lifing, guys. But it's baby steps. Baby steps. The tiniest steps. So I pressed record and here I am. And I want to do more. I want to do more. But more is not always better. Yeah, more is not always better. Sometimes less is better. So you can focus more on what you want to focus on. I am not sure how I want to approach um all my goals yet. The next episode for this podcast, I'm going to plan 2026. And not just the overarching things I want to achieve, but the steps it would take to do so. And then not just the steps, but the time frame. Yeah, I'm gonna break the whole year into quarters instead of just quarter four. Because I didn't think about doing that previously. So 4 quarters, 3 months per quarter. January, February, March is quarter one. April, May, June is quarter two. July, August, September is quarter three. And October, November, and December is quarter four. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I know one of my goals for sure is to do an album, guys, to release an album. I've been wanting to do that for a long, long time. And I was afraid. I was afraid to do it. I give myself compassion. I had other things that was more of a priority. Though now, I am making time for it. I am proud of myself that I am actually going to make it happen. And next year in 2026, I am planning to publish my book. Yes, 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 yes. I'm planning to publish my book next year. It's gonna be a story time arts poetry book. It's gonna have stories, art, and poetry. Yeah, so that's exciting. It will have merch as well. Yep, 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 yep. um, yeah, getting things together, y'all. Um, dabba dabba dabba. Yeah, baby steps, baby steps. This year has been foundational. I have so much fur, guys. The chin. I should have changed the hoodie, but I was planning to was that do the episode earlier because the lighting was so nice. There, so many things happened that I delayed it, and I didn't want to delay it any farther. So here I am with more than just heartbeats hoodie with chinchilla fur because I cleaned all the cages. Yeah, I have been what's that? Wanting to give my chinchillas and Naomi chinchillas a better experience in life by cleaning their cages more often, letting them play, giving them treats, and talking to them more. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. So I have been doing that. Dubba, dubba, dubba. I think I think that's about it for now. Um, what other stories I can tell you though to what's that? Um, end this podcast episode because we have a couple more minutes. Um, ba da ba da ba da ba da da da. I think I want to share a poem actually about compassion. About compassion. Let's see. Da ba da ba da ba. Let's find a a poem that I wrote. I have so many poems, guys, and I used to perform all the time. And I want to tell you guys a story. Um I used to perform all the time, right? Perform tributes at events and stuff, and perform my poetry. And I was told that, oh, you're always talking about your emotions. You always, you know, yeah, all these negative emotions. Poetry. I was told poetry is supposed to be pretty analogies, supposed to be happy, about solutions. But for me, poetry was an outlet for me to express myself. And if I felt angry or frustrated or stressed, I expressed it. And I felt judged for feeling the way I felt. Um, from people close to me and from people from the community. And then I had to really ask myself, it's like, hey, what is poetry to me? So poetry to me is a way to express myself. Yeah, and I encourage other people to do the same. You know, it's a great outlet to just process things, process your emotions, your thoughts, and experiences for you, first and foremost. You don't even have to share with other people, though, when you do, it builds confidence. It builds confidence. Yeah. And it helps you realize that you're not alone. It's reassuring in that sense that when people can relate, you feel like you're not alone, and it feels amazing. It does. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Compassion. Give ourselves compassion. Let me find a vulnerable piece. Or yeah, because I don't have as many reassuring pieces in the archives because I was going through it, guys. I really, really was. So um we can listen to an example of how you can express your emotions. Bada 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 bum. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. Okay, this is called Worthy of Love. I'm gonna put my glasses on because I can't see. Not really. Um, the blue light's gonna reflect from the ring light, though we're just gonna bear with it, guys. This is called Worthy of Love. Doobie doobie dee. Ah. Um, I wrote this last year. Yeah. Worthy of love. Is this all in my head? Or is this really happening? Am I facing myself or something else altogether? I'm unsure if I want to know the truth because if I do, I can never undo what I know. So I suppose this is why everything is poetic, a metaphor, imagery, a challenge. It makes it bearable, easier to grasp, because what is actually happening is too common to recognize, disregarded as just life. I'm a poet, an artist, a creative. This madness keeps me sane, even if it's the very thing that drives me crazy. The chaos is familiar, though. Is it safe? Is it freedom? To be caught in a loop, to see things not as they are, to suffer from internal darkness that no one seems to see. Even more so, I thought that there was a box that I stuffed all my emotions in, all my thoughts and experiences I could not face. But instead, it was just a jumbled mess of unprocessed things. I can still be a poet, an artist, a creative without choosing to be stuck in the pit of nothingness, feeling as if there is no hope for a better existence. So I choose to be free. Even if I don't know how, I am worthy of love. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worth fighting for. I choose me. Yes. I skimmed through that poem, so I didn't really know what I was gonna read. But we are worthy of love with all the emotions. You know, we are worthy of compassion. So if you're feeling all the jumbles of emotions and life, life be life, and like I said, let's take things one thing at a time. We feel our emotions, acknowledge them, and what's that? Take a step, take an action, and they build up. One thing at a time builds momentum, y'all. It really does. So let's choose to give ourselves compassion, give ourselves grace, love ourselves, and take care of ourselves. When we take care of ourselves, we are able to take care of others more. You know, we're pouring into ourselves instead of giving depleted. Yeah, when we give so much to others and deplete from us, it's harder to keep going mentally and emotionally and physically. So make sure you take care of yourself. Really. Really. Take care of yourself. You're worthy of it. You really are. Mm. So, I want to, what's that? I want to say I appreciate you guys really, really much. The buddies, you guys listening. You guys have helped me on this journey a long, long way. Even when I wasn't really sharing this to the world. I wasn't sharing it. I know one day that I will listen back to these episodes, and I know one day other people will listen back too. Building a whole franchise and everything. And yeah, it's like the rabbit hole of wanting to get to know mm, a brand, a person, a journey. It's like the puzzle pieces you piece together, and hopefully you feel that you're not alone. You feel like you have something to take away from all these episodes. Yeah, not just a whole scavenger hunt or whatever it may be. In this episode, I am hopefully reminding you and reassuring you that you are worthy of compassion and grace. Yes. You guys have been listening to Heartfelt Expressions with Katera Speaks. A lot of these episodes so far has been me just speaking from my heart, and it's been a conversational reflection. I ask a lot of interactive questions, even though I have not had much guests. So hopefully it feels as if I'm just talking to you. Yeah. Um in future episodes I will have more guests so we can have conversations and explore different topics. Whatever our hearts what's that? Our heart's desire that we speak about. We shall. Unless it's not what's that? There are probably some topics or expressions that might not be appropriate for this particular podcast, but we shall see. Yeah. Um, if you guys are interested, let me know and we can figure it out. Yeah. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Okay. I want to dive a little deeper into um not the boundaries. The boundaries of this podcast. The exceptions. The exceptions are anything that involves what's that? Putting people down. Like I am not here to allow people to openly discriminate, to hate and have all that uh drama or whatever. Yeah, I might cut this out. I might not. But I am standing firm in the sense that I had to vet these guests, vet you guys if you guys want to come in, so we can make sure this is a safe community, a safe space for us to express ourselves and be heard. Yeah. Hopefully I did that exert some justice. Anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you guys for listening to this episode, and I hope you guys enjoy the playlist of the other episodes. You like, share, follow, subscribe, or whatever it may be. If you have feedback, let me know. And make sure you guys give yourselves compassion and grace once again. Anyways, until next time, I see y'all soon.